hello. Come in. Come in. Though it might be scary. Martin, my friend Martin Guitar, and I were talking about all the scary things in this world. And they are many. If we don't get a little bit frightened, either we're insanely brave or we're not paying attention. We've got everything from nuclear holocaust to little germs, traffic on the highway. Every place you looked, you could be frightened. I told this to Martin, and he said, I don't want to talk about it. And then he said this is guitar talk. It means I'm going to go hide under the bed. You can take it from here on your own. I said, Martin, come on back. We have to face these things. So how do we do it? How do we live in a scary world? And the fear is not unfounded. Well, the Bible has some good things to say. You want to hear them? Yeah. This one from 2 Kings. You know the story? Elisha and his young servant? The Bible says it this way. The young servant of the prophet Elijah woke up one morning, went outside, looked, and panicked. An army, chariots, surrounding the whole city. Going to take them captive or slaughter them. One could be fearful, and he was. When the servant of the man of God, this is the Bible, the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, and behold, a host encompassed the city with horses and chariots, and the servant said, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And Elisha the prophet was calm. He answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. The young man said, All right. I think Elisha was convinced he hadn't quite made his case, so he prayed. Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. The Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire surrounding Elisha. And he was comforted. Well, what about if the odds seem to be against us? We think no way we'll get out of this. The Bible, again, has probably the classic tale, and what is it? Of course, David and Goliath. The smart money is going to put it on Goliath, right? You got a young man with a sling and 5 stones, and you got a giant of a man with a sword screaming at him. Who do you think is going to win this battle? Well, we'd say it's obvious. But if you take everything into consideration, like this, the giant, what's he relying on? His very impressive strength. What about David? Pretty good skill with the sling and the smooth stones, but this is David's war cry. David says, The battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands. The battle is not mine. It's the Lord's. It's a new perspective on fear and battles. Not the only one. In the Civil War, the North was struggling. And one of the advisors to Abraham Lincoln said to him, Mr. President, is the Lord on our side? Lincoln answered wisely, I am not so concerned if the Lord is on our side as if we are on the Lord's side. That's the issue. Now, in this dangerous world, yes, there's much to be concerned about. We need to be cautious, but we ought to be on the Lord's side. If what we are doing is true and good and we're striving to do the best we can count on Maybe not flaming chariots of fire, and maybe giants won't drop dead at our feet, and maybe we'll lose some of the little battles. But if our cause is just, and if we are on the Lord's side, we have more power than anything that can face us. That's how we face the scary things in the world.